Hey!
Hello, everyone. We are very excited. We have some major things to share with everybody today, and this is one of them.
This is one of them. We are in our second floor. There's a drill bit. Expanded foyer, standing at our new concession stand.
So welcome to everybody. Happy Tuesday evening. I think
Tuesday.
we're week 10,
10.
week 10. So welcome to our virtual Hard Hat Tours. We're your hosts.
We are your hosts,
My name's Alex Neerad
Janine Holcomb.
and Brandon Pugh behind the camera there. So thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, then you're going to want to go back and watch some of the previous videos because it's going to show you how we got to this point. But tonight, we want to take you through and show you all of the progress that's taken place just in the last 7 days. And there has been a lot.
There has been a lot.
Yeah.
But first, a joke. So you see, we're standing at our new concession stand, and you know, we had an issue in the past. We had a ghost come in to our old concession stand, and they tried to order a drink, but we had a problem. We don't serve spirits. But we will be serving spirits with this brand new concession stand and liquor license. Stay tuned as we continue through all the exciting things that happened this week.
Coming
the Egyptian
soon.
Theater.
They can get a booze.
They can get booze and spirits.
All right. So, rules of the game as we go along. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, random trivia you want to share with us, make sure you comment below. We will try and answer your questions as we go along. We've got some brand new fancy microphones going on, so hopefully everybody is going to be able to hear us just fine.
I don't know why I'm posing for a microphone. I hear the pose amplified.
So let's get into it. I guess if Brandon wants to come up close and kind of show off the new concession stand. So this is not the countertop. We will have a quartz countertop that'll go here, but this is all the wood infrastructure. If you want to show off the new candy case on the front there. So we've got, there'll be 2 serving lines here with a new candy case in between. And
Will it be lit?
It will be lit.
It'll be lit.
So there'll be lighting on the inside of the candy case. There'll also be additional accent along the front here. That will be coming in possibly the next week. We've talked about before what that's going to look like. The railing out.
Yeah, the diamond pattern with the
stairs.
metal will be coming right along here. So you'll see that pattern replicated not only on this concession stand. I don't have to yell, though the phone's over here.
Yes.
Sorry, microphone users. It'll also be up here as well. So you'll see that lovely diamond metal pattern right along the front here, which is just going to add that extra layer of accent and making it feel like this was really meant for the Egyptian theater.
If you want to open this and show off kind of the really cool gold backing in there. So these cabinets are a lot easier to open for some of us, maybe not Janine.
I haven't opened it yet before. Good. Hey, look at that.
So anyone watching that's been a volunteer here knows how challenging the old candy cases were to clean and change things. So this is to be able to just open up. We don't have the shelves in there yet, but this will allow us to display all of that. And then it's got a really gorgeous backing there that's kind of a metallic gold. It's kind of hard to see, but when they get the lights in the inside of the case, is going to look fantastic.
So make sure you tag along for this entire tour. Thank you, Brandon, for that close-up.
Yep. All right, Brandon, if you want to come around back here. So there's been a lot more stuff going on back here, including cabinets. Cabinets got installed just today. So we've got all new storage back here. There'll be a countertop here and a sink. Plenty of new storage here, so very excited about
Smells
that.
new.
Behind concessions here, a lot of rough-in still happening. You can see plumbing coming up, electrical that's going to come into here. The beer lines, and the other one will be for the Coke lines that come all the way up from the basement. And we've got spots here for the cash drawers that will be going in, and then a lot of food service equipment that will go underneath the countertops here. Back wall here, they've gotten the kind of underlayment for the countertops. So again, that's not the finished countertop. There'll be a really fancy countertop that goes on there, and then tile on the back wall here. And we had already shown everybody the new popcorn machine that was up here.
And what's really cool about the behind this area. So none of us are bartenders. We have never touched a bar professionally. So we actually worked with bartenders. Rich, who is one of our guys who's always here for our touring shows, helped us a ton in laying out what would a well laid out back bar look like. So he was very instrumental in giving us feedback of someone who's been a bartender for a very long time and is very, very good at it. So we were able to pick his brain and say, okay, how do we lay this out? We've toured other theaters to say, how do you lay out your back bar? What do you like? What wouldn't you like? What would you change? So hopefully when we have people in here who are professional bartenders, they will like the way we've designed our space, because hopefully it has the most sensible workflow on the back end of a bar. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, and so not only is concessions going together, but since last Tuesday, probably the thing I've been most excited about, dun, da, 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 the other end of this room, the window is finally in. We've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and months. As we've been coming up here for tours, this has been a temporary plywood construction wall. Last week we showed you the doors down below that got installed, and then it was the very next day that the window got installed. And so we've been up here kind of peering out the window for the last week, but it's absolutely gorgeous when this gets redone out here with the landscaping, and we've got the Hillside Restaurant next door with all their plants and stuff coming in, Van Buren Plaza across the street, the new building, Plaza DeKalb there. When this all gets refinished and repaved, this will be a really fun view when you're up here in the expanded foyer, maybe before a show, intermission, grabbing a cocktail, some popcorn.
I say, Brandon, hold that shot. Give you some Egyptian theater ASMR. You're standing at the cocktail table. You have the signature drink in hand. You're about ready to go into a show. It's a great night. Just had a great dinner downtown. Hashtag probably DeKalb. We're really excited to use this window, and like Alex said, we had some of our contractors, the minute this was installed, we came into work, and Sean goes, Janine, this is my new favorite room, because this room is huge now. Yeah.
So, and you can hopefully see why Brandon and Janine have been so excited about a Christmas tree being here in the holidays. Should be really cool. At the end of this tour, we'll try and duck out through those doors, kind of look back up so you can see what that looks like. But I've been waiting for that for many months, and very exciting now that we finally have a window here. It's turned out fantastic.
Woo!
So, do we
have
any questions
concerns,
yet?
general comments?
No questions, just comments. Everyone's loving the window. Dan, we can get you that Coke and popcorn hopefully here soon.
Yes. We want to break it in.
Coming soon.
Yeah, stand by.
So very exciting to see all that, again, those finishing touches starting to come together. So let's head out here into the mezzanine and down towards the restrooms on the second floor here. So just kind of a quick update. Restrooms here, not a whole lot has changed. Other than starting to get some of the doors delivered here. We'd shown you last week that the doors for the toilet partitions got installed, so those are starting to show up here. And the mirror in the men's restroom got installed just today. So that is now done.
Look at this all up. Also has some of that smaller inlaid decor paying.
Ceiling, we're not able to recess anything. So we had to go with surface mounted track lights, and so these are brand new LED, just like everything else, use a lot less power, color temperature is great, put off a lot less heat. It was very cool to see these turn on, so we're excited to be able to display whether it's our archives, community artists, when we have the DeKalb School District here, occasionally NIU artists. We've got some great spots here to be able to put up artwork.
And I was going to try, as you can see me scrambling about, I was trying to find one of our old can lights. Like a beastie. Oh, there they are. Look at the beasts. And now we have these slick little babies that just, again, it makes it feel higher, it makes the ceiling feel more lifted. It just really lightens the load of this mezzanine because, like Alex said, we are limited by concrete. Right above us.
So those of you that have been here before may remember these beasts from the 1980s.
They're so historically accurate, guys. Great.
They're very big. They hung down because the ceiling isn't super tall here. So you can see quite an improvement in size there.
And bold. Yes.
Yes.
Very nice. So, thank you, Alex.
So I think that's about it up here. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about, we just started today. We've got an artist here from Conrad Schmidt Studios. They were actually the firm that was here in 1983 and has done a lot of work through the years, including a major restoration through the lobby area in 2011. And they specialize in all the ornamental paintwork that you see throughout the building. So they had their artist on site today. And if Brandon comes over and kind of looks here, what he was doing is going throughout the building and finding different areas that we need to match and that we're going to paint. And he was actually custom blending paint colors to try and match. So these are all custom colors basically. So he was just using his eye and skill set to kind of blend colors and then puts it up against the other colors to figure out what they are. And then he'll be working with, I believe it's Sherwin-Williams, to actually give us, we'll have paint chips, so at the end we'll know what the exact formula is.
Do we get to name them?
Ooh, yeah, we should come up with names for each of them.
Submit names. Egyptian Theater Santan is off limits.
Be like tan, slightly more tan, less tan.
I was thinking like papyrus, sand, pyramid block.
You're not really going to be able to see up here, but this was kind of his little workstation. There's some different areas on the walls that when he thought he got close, then he actually went to Sherwin-Williams this afternoon, got these little sample quartz pints of those, and then brought them back here and actually painted a little area next to that similar color to see and make sure that it blended well. So the fact that none of us right now can really see where he painted means it was a success.
So is there like degree in wizardry? Because that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing to watch these artists, not only the painters, but the plaster workers. This is not something just anyone off the street can do. It is definitely craft and very much artists' talent to be able to do some of this.
One fun fact about Conrad Schmidt Studios, for any of you who have been on our flashlight tours or any of our regular tours, they painted Dusty the cat. They painted in our murals when we talk about Dusty. They did the refurbishing of those murals. And if you haven't heard of Dusty, we'll see you in the after times so we can give tours again. And please ask us. We love to talk about our little kitty in the murals named Dusty.
So before we head downstairs, I'll let Brandon zoom in again on this ornamental plaster cove. We've been talking about this quite a bit. There we go.
Look
got some
at
nice
that.
light on it. So this is the cove that they took a mold of, and when we go downstairs, you're going to get to see, it just got delivered today, the mold that they're going to use to cast all of the new plaster cove for downstairs and the few pieces that they need up here to replace some spots that had been damaged. So this is the original plaster design, and we'll see downstairs what that's going to look like, and they're going to be starting that, I believe, Friday this week.
Oh,
so
boy.
Hopefully next week, if you join us again on Tuesday for our next Hard Hat Tour, you'll be able to see some of that progress taking place, and I'm sure we'll be sharing it on our social media.
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously. Very exciting.
Any questions as we head downstairs?
Carrie has a ficus plant that she thinks would look great in front of them.
Ah.
I don't disagree.
So you're talking to your captive audience there with Brandon, the green thumb of the group.
All right, so we'll come back and go out the door
Yes.
there at the end. So we're down here on the first floor. They've been continuing to work along through all these ceilings. Just today they finished up with all of the ceiling bays here. So they're going to be moving on to the coves as well as some of the wall work over the next couple of days. But the ceilings took a tremendous amount of time. If you saw over the last 2 weeks, they were going along basically chipping down anything that was loose, cracked. A lot of it, just the paint was kind of spider webbed, was just not in great shape. So they went along, cleaned all of that off, put a new skim coat on there, so we have this new flat, smooth surface that'll get painted. It's probably really hard to tell through the camera, but they look absolutely amazing. and they've done
They
a really
really
good
do.
job.
Nice and slick.
Yes. So over here is what just got delivered today. And I'll turn this fan off briefly.
It's our butter mold. This is the mold of that lotus flower design you saw upstairs in the mezzanine. So it's squidgy a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll peel this back just a little bit so you can see. So there's a hard backing here that helps keep the shape, and then hopefully you can see this is kind of like a latex or a rubber. This is the exact replica of that cove that we just saw upstairs. So it's 7 foot long. They can do one mold at a time. They said it takes about 25 minutes to actually get all the plaster put around it. Then it takes about another 20 to 25 minutes to cure to the point where it's hard enough that they can take it off of the mold. And then they've got a drying rack that they'll be setting it. So they said they can do one section an hour is basically the time that it takes to do that. So we're really excited. On Friday, they're going to be starting that process. And they have a lot to cast for both down here in all of these bays as well as upstairs in the expanded foyer. All of those areas will be getting this.
And then they'll have that painting, that like burnt reddy, orangey.
Yep, so they'll match the painting to match what we currently have.
Very
so this was really cool to see come on site today. We did some slight tweaking. The original mold that they took didn't have quite as much definition, and so they were actually, with their artists, were able to add a little more detail, a little more definition, so that when they actually cast the new pieces,
They gonna look sharp.
we won't lose any of that detail.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
yes,
Butter mold.
yeah, it does look like it's a big chunk
Slab
of
of butter.
cheese or butter.
We're Midwesterners.
Butter, believe it.
Oh my lard. I didn't mean to oh my lard. Uh-huh.
Got
All
it.
right. Thank you.
So the other thing down here, I guess I guess we can take it into the
Wait
bathrooms.
up. Thank you.
Here, let's go into the actual restroom there. So nothing much has changed in the restrooms here other than we got some of our signage in today and very excited with how it turned out. They are really cool. So these are the new ADA signs. It's got the Braille, meets all the criteria that's needed. Our old restrooms did not have this.
They will be having those original, the light up signs above here and something that's definitely ADA friendly.
Yeah. So these were custom designed by our graphic designer.
You do good.
Thank you, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
And they just turned out fantastic.
They look so good.
Yes.
They look
so
so
we have a
good.
pair of these for down here and then a pair for upstairs as well.
Yes.
So very excited. These will go up once the plaster gets done in the restroom vestibule here.
And we
Oh,
yeah.
We can, if you want to follow Janine into the restroom there, it can show you one of the new coat hooks.
We're going to have to get cozy or ADA. Well, that's going to be a different level.
It's just hung on the wall.
You'll see the difference. So we have shmurp, shmurp, shmurp. So we showed these off the door last week, but now you see them installed. So we have our ADA one, which would be nice and accessible. Then in the other stalls,
The ambulatory will be on the door here.
they're right there.
This one here, you can see this is where they'll be on all the other doors, both here in the women's as well as the men's. Was really cool to find, as we talked about last week, a coat hook that had the same finish as these kind of historic hinges
Yes.
and modern day coat hook.
Very neat.
So again, finishing to clean out, pull some of the temporary construction flooring. And we're very excited when we can start vacuuming and wiping down and actually cleaning out these spaces here.
It'll be very exciting.
So, any other questions?
No questions. Just
All right.
Everyone's loving the design.
We are very
Fireballs,
excited.
lesser noise effects.
I don't know what you're referring to, Lynn.
Mary, if you could find lotus-shaped butter molds, I could potentially work on something.
I would love it. You better believe it, Mary.
So I think that is all of it down
Going up
here,
the
but
stairs?
let's head outside and take a look
Stairs.
at how things look.
Let's look at how things look.
So I can turn around and look up here. So we have the doors that we had talked about last week got installed. I don't think the hardware was on it yet.
No,
So
it wasn't.
that got installed. These are the exact same door handles that we have on our front doors. So the hardware matches. And then the window got installed, and just today they finished this chunk between the doors and the window. It's called EFIS, but basically it's a finish there. If you go back and look at some of our previous photos and video, you'll see there was a metal I-beam across there. You could see the precast floor planks there. So this just finishes it off, matches all the other areas there.
What style of light is going right now?
I can't remember for sure what light,
Yeah.
but there will be a light right above the door there. And then at some point up on the brick there, you can see there'll be some decorative lights that go up there as well.
I noticed there's some nicely placed outlets that could potentially be for Christmas lights.
There are some outlets out here for lights,
Keeping
holiday
our holiday
lights,
spirit
all
in
sorts of
mind.
holidays.
All sorts of holidays. Just
Halloween,
to, yeah. Oh,
Christmas.
don't get me started. We could have some
St.
fun.
Patrick's Day,
Yes.
you know.
I'm like, guys, this is a verbal signature. You have heard it here, live on Facebook. We are allowed to decorate full out. He said it.
Year round.
For every holiday throughout the year.
So that is all of our updates with
Yeah.
construction, and we are anticipating a lot more over the next week as they continue to finish up concessions. They start pouring the plaster molds, working on some more of the details, putting on the doors up in the restrooms. Tomorrow they are going to be, not that anyone will really see it, but they'll be putting up on the stage roof. There'll be another crane here again to put up the remainder of the ductwork up on top of the stage to connect those new air conditioning units.
Do you know what time?
I think about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So-
Stay tuned. Depending on weather, you might get a live dronage.
Oh, yeah,
We
if
could
it's
do a
not too
live
windy.
dronage. If it's not too windy, we don't want to crash a baby drone.
Always go to the office roof.
This is true. Stay tuned tomorrow and
Yeah,
all
we'll-
times on
we'll
our
see.
Facebook page.
If anything, we'll put it on Instagram.
Definitely in our
Yeah.
Instagram stories. Yeah, if you want to be really on the up and up with what's going on, follow us on Instagram. That is posted to nearly every day, at least in the story. The second floor concessions was on there today. So we like to show quick little snapshots. They only last for 24 hours. So if you're an Instagram user, follow us. We're Egyptian Theater DeKalb, and see all the updated construction stuff
Yeah.
before the tour. 2 questions?
Two things. There was thankfully no asbestos found in the ceiling, correct?
So there's a question about asbestos, because I don't know if people can hear you through our microphone. No, there was no asbestos found in the ceiling. I'm assuming they're asking about ceiling on the first floor here. Those back areas, it was actually just a thin coat of plaster on the concrete there. We've had the plaster tested multiple times. We've had no lead in the paint, no asbestos in the plaster. So we've been good to move forward with that. And what's the second question?
Lynn Myroples says she misses shows but can't imagine doing the remodel and shows at the same time.
So
That is correct.
if you can see Lynn's comment about can't imagine doing a show right now with all of this going on, we would agree 100%. But we've talked about, we wouldn't have been able to move forward with so many different things at the exact same time with shows going on.
That's true.
So
It
this
just would have
has
taken longer.
this has allowed us to speed things up, move things along. But yeah, every day I think we comment, we look around like, how
Could we
in
have
the
done this?
world would we have done this with shows going on? So even though things are horrible right now with COVID-19 impacting everyone, including the Egyptian Theater, we have certainly found the silver lining.
Yeah,
and
on
been
the
able
cleaning front, we're super zen.
Yes.
We're so zen in the cleaning, but yes, everything else
And we've
is-
talked about before, every Friday, basically, all day Friday was spent both contractors
Cleaning.
and us as staff, hiding stuff, putting stuff away,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning, and now that doesn't have to happen. So really, we pick up almost another 8 hours
really
every
do.
week of work that contractors can move forward with things.
Yes, very
So, do
excited.
you have one more question?
Projected finish date.
Projected finish date. Right now, again, we're still hoping for substantial completion by the end of June. But we've talked about for a
Asterisk
while.
with carpet.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of finishing touches. We still have some light fixtures that are still on back order. We have factories, warehouses that are continuing to be closed, which we totally understand. So there'll be some minor things here and there that we won't get until stuff starts to open back up and things are shipping again.
Yeah.
The carpet, we don't have a ship date yet, but we're still hoping potentially end of June, beginning of July, that might be able to get installed. So
And stay tuned for
yeah.
exciting carpet update. They are dyeing our
yes.
sheep this week.
yeah, if
So-
you watched on Give DeKalb County Day, which is
Yeah.
going to be a good segue here.
Segue right there.
On Give DeKalb County Day, we interviewed Mark, who is our historic theater carpet consultant, and helped us put together the new custom carpet that you've seen many times on here, and gave us a really cool kind of behind the scenes explanation for how they do that, the process. The wool actually comes from sheep in New Zealand. The wool was then sent to a factory in Georgia where it's being dyed, and then that's going to move on to the factory in Pennsylvania where the carpet will actually go on the loom and will actually be created. We haven't received any photos yet, but coming any moment, we've asked for photos along the way from the sheep in New Zealand to the dyeing process all the way through to the carpet being made. So as soon as we start getting those, we're going to make sure we share those with you guys because we're really excited to share that process.
We are.
Not something that everyone gets to see.
We won't be sheepish with sharing with it. Definitely not.
Did the sheep hit the fan?
That's a bad joke.
Bad, so bad.
People are
but-
signing off by the dozens.
Yes. But speaking of Give DeKalb County, we want to thank all of you again that participated in the 24-hour Giving Day event on May 7th,
Yeah.
which wasn't that long ago. But we had a great day. We did a bunch of Facebook Lives all day long and had a lot of great special guests that joined us to talk about the theater, the carpet, this project, all sorts of things. And you guys, along with all the other donors out there, helped us raise a record-breaking amount of dollars for the theater. So our current total, as of today, it's not final yet.
No.
They're still finalizing things. But in 24 hours on May 7th, you guys helped donate $31,194. That was
That's
196 donors that donated to the Egyptian Theater. In total that day, over 100 nonprofits throughout DeKalb County that participated that raised almost just shy of $1.2 million. Absolutely amazing.
That's
And we
insane.
could not be more thankful for all of your support. No matter the size of the donation, you guys made a huge impact. And that's the number before the
Yes.
bonus pool that will be potentially this week or next week. We will know what portion of the bonus pool. The bonus pool had over $130,000, and we will get a proportional match of that for the amount of donations that we got that day. So
Very excited.
absolutely amazing. We can't thank you guys enough. You guys made a huge impact on Give DeKalb County 2020. And as soon as we get those final numbers, we're going to be pushing that out everywhere. We are extremely proud. And I think we talked about on that day, it really reminded us that people do care about the Egyptian, that you guys are excited for shows to be back on our stage, for this expansion project to be complete. And so I think it really gave us a little more boost of
It
energy
gave us life.
to keep going and to keep focused, because we will get on the other side of this. We will have shows on our stage again, and we will have you in our seats here again and checking out our new digs. So
Very much. And we promised you last week, we showed you a little setup right in there.
yeah.
We have merch online. Woo, 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 woo. It's on our website, so you just go to EgyptianTheater.org. Right on the front, there's scrolling images. There'll be one that says, we now have merch. Click on it. It'll take you right to our site. We do delivery. We're going to be doing pickups, scheduling with you guys. So check it out. We've got some t-shirts, magnet, tumbler. We even got the flashlight t-shirt. Mary, I know you were interested in that. We got you. So you can go online and
And
shop
we're going
our
to be
merch.
adding gift cards.
We will be
as well.
adding gift cards as well. And we do have another little merch item that's in the works.
Oh, yes.
Pretty exciting. We hope to have it to you next 2 months.
Yeah, we're dipping our toes into the merch world.
Soon, you guys. Get excited. People like that's
but
not
yes,
funny.
kudos to Brandon and Janine for getting that all up and running on our website now as we speak. You can go, makes a great gift.
Yes.
And in these challenging times where you can't support your lovely Egyptian theater by buying a ticket and coming here. You can still support the theater by buying some awesome merchandise or gift cards coming soon. So it's a great way, make
Makes
great
a great
gifts.
Father's Day gift.
Yeah, if you've got a graduate, just graduated from university
Yeah.
or local high school.
Memorial Day, some people gift. I don't know, I'm just making it up. It's that good of a gift. You could give gift on Memorial Day. You know?
Happy June 1st
Happy
Day,
June 1st
you know.
Day. Pride Month
so-
Day, all of those. That's Pride Month Day.
Yes.
It's an oxymoron. All right.
So
Buy our
thank you
merch.
to all of you for joining in this evening for another virtual Hard Hat Tour. We'll be back here again live on Facebook next Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode of Virtual Hard Hat Tour, showing you all of the progress that's taken place within the last week. So that's it, and we'll see you
See ya.
next Tuesday.